Hi, fourth grade friends. We got our last day of reading in our social studies magazine, okay? So we're going to get started with quizzing ourselves on our West states. So pause the video while I use the map here to help you figure out your numbers, okay? And quiz what's the state, what's the capital of each number. And unpause the video when you are ready to go on. All right. So the first thing you're going to do is read through Life in the Mountains, okay? You're going to read through this side and this side, page 12 and 13, and unpause the video when you are done, and we will go over some questions. All right. So my first question is, why do wild animals and plants thrive in Wyoming? Why would they thrive there? Well, they thrive because there are very few cities. There's a lot of space for them to grow. And our next one, what pulls Olympic athletes to train in Colorado? Why would they want to go to Colorado to train? The higher altitude in Colorado helps Olympic athletes build stronger lungs. Because if you can breathe at that higher altitude, you can breathe at the lower altitude. So it helps their lungs prepare better so they can breathe better. Amazing. And our last question, why did Theodore Roosevelt establish Montana's National Bison Range? Why would he have a bison range? In the range, the bisons are protected from hunting. They were becoming extinct before the National Bison Range was established. So they were going to become extinct, meaning there's going to be no more bison. And because of President Teddy Roosevelt, now we still have bison in our great country. Awesome. We got 2 more sections to go and we're done with our magazine. Turn the page and find on the Pacific Ocean. You're going to read through both of these pages, page 14 and 15, and pause the video while you read, and then unpause to hear our questions and think about our answers. All right, my first question for you. Why is Bixby Bridge famous? You read about Bixby's Bridge. Why is it famous? Well, it's famous because it has a graceful design and it's located in the setting of Big Sur. All right, 2 more. Think, what are some important parts of the economy of the West Coast states? What parts of it are really good for our economy? Well, I might talk about how there's a lot of fishing and farming that are important parts of our economy, and a lot of those take place out on the West Coast. And what is Crater Lake? What is Crater Lake? Well, it's a lake that's on top of a mountain in Oregon, and it used to be a volcano. The crater that forms the lake is called a caldera. So that lake used to be a volcano. Now it's a lake on top of a volcano. Whoa. All right, last section we're going to read about is beyond the lower 48. Ooh. All right, so go ahead and read through page 16 and 17, pausing the video, and then unpause when you are ready to hear my questions. All right, first question. How do people often travel from island to island in Hawaii? If you want to get from one island to the other, what do you got to do? Most of the time, people use planes or helicopters to travel back and forth. It's actually the quickest way, but they're not really big planes. They're a lot smaller planes. Good. Why do people rely on planes, boats, and snowmobiles to get around Alaska? Why would they rely on those? There's not that many roads that connect to Alaska's islands, mountains, and frozen areas, so they have to use those planes, boats, and snowmobiles that can go off-road. Awesome. And our final social studies question, why do you think the Hawaiian silver sword can only be seen in the Haleakala National Park? Why can it only be seen there? Well, maybe it's because the park is home to endangered animals and plants. And the Hawaiian silver sword must be endangered, but it grows inside the park because it's able to be protected, a lot like those bison. Awesome job, friends. And that was our final social studies magazine. So my full-term distance learners, anytime you want, you can come drop off all your social studies magazines that you have. This will be the last one we're actually going to read. And then my friends who are just joining for a little bit, make sure you bring back your magazine and we will get those turned in so we can start science next week. All right. Well, don't forget we have our quiz on Thursday about the West States. And then at the end of the month, we have all 50 states knowing their location and their capitals, okay? So I will talk to you soon. Bye.